Yo, what's up? Sorry about that little echo there. Yo, what's cracking? How's it going, guys? What's up? Alright, 1 second here, and I'll be able to see the chat. I'm gonna keep working on this track, which I've been working on, like, pretty much most of today so far. I've just been kind of getting it sounding good, if that makes any sense. Because it's a pretty cool track, but it's gotta, like, be really powerful. So, yeah. Anyway, what's up, guys? Wow. Hey, I'm just seeing the chat now. Hey, Bradley, how's it going? Animus. Yo, dude, what's up? How are you? Jeffrey. Hello, what's up? I'm good. Just working on this tune. But I'm gonna play it in a sec. Let me hit play now, actually, and you guys, some of you probably already heard it. Hey, Magnus. What's up with you? I'm good. Just working on this. Going solid. That's good, Bradley. So yeah, so this is what I've been working on for like a lot of today. I don't know. I'm gonna keep working on it. We'll see what happens. I think it could be pretty solid, but I think it needs some things. But overall, like I'm actually very making some music as well. That's cool, Magnus. Well, yeah, like overall, I think it's pretty solid. I just need to like just make it a little bit more powerful, you know? Taking a break from studying. That's good. Breaks from studying are always good. I'm on an indefinite. Indefinite? Is that the word? I'm in basically a non-stop break from studying. Like my entire life, I have planned around just being on long break from studying. Anyway. Okay, cool. I just posted on my Instagram story that I was live streaming, and I want to make sure that it posted, because sometimes I post on my story and then just close Instagram right away, and then it goes away. Story of my life, yeah. That sounded good, thank you. Yeah, I think this is a pretty tight track. I'll show you how I made it. Except when it comes to making music. Oh yeah, of course, I'm always studying that. But studying for school, man, my voice is echoing. Let me turn up this threshold here. Yo. Okay, there we go. I think now we're good. Alright, we'll see. So yeah, so the way I kind of made this, one of the few things that's actually, yeah. Well, nothing wrong with that. So you're not enrolled or anything? No, I'm not. Actually, I am technically enrolled in the school that I dropped out of, VCU. I don't know why I said that, but if anybody knows about that school, what's up? I'm technically enrolled still, but I obviously have no intention of going back, and I've basically dropped out. But I might not be enrolled anymore. They might have just like automatically unenrolled me or something. I don't Alright, let's add some of these little vocals in the background, but first I'm gonna show you how I did this. So the sort of like stab part, basically what it is there's 3 layers. Well, obviously there are the drums, but it's this thing, which I'm gonna be honest is what inspired this whole thing. It's from a sample pack. I took it straight. I didn't like do anything to it. So I took that, and then I put this stab underneath it. Which actually I should probably turn up, because... Okay, yeah, so that was a piece of this. You can hear it right in the beginning there. I just took that, and you can hear I pitched it down a bunch, or actually just down -1, oops. Well, yeah, I just pitched it down until it fit with this. Yeah, there we go. So then under that I just have this bass, which is just like a saw wave and a sub, and I think the saw wave is going through some distortion and a low pass, but the sub is just on direct out. So also guys, today, let me actually just change the stream name real quick. I was gonna work on like people's project files today. If you guys want to see that, let me know. I was thinking of doing a thing where it's like a $2 donation or something, and then I'll like mess with your project file. But I don't know. I didn't really do much to set that up. But if you guys still want to do that, let me know. But yeah, hold up. Alright, there we go. Hey, eating cheese. Or as I would always say, what's up, eating cheese? That is a good idea. Really? Well, what is it called? Hold up, let me edit the stream real quick. Alright. So I'm gonna do this for if you donate $2 on Streamlabs, which the link is about to be in the description. I will pull up your project file and work on it and try to make it sound pretty cool. But one sec. I gotta go to Streamlabs and get my link real quick. In the meantime, though, yeah, so the way I made this is just a saw wave and a sub. That's the bass. And then I'll show you what I did in a second for how I did that little, like, 16th note gate thing that comes up. Because, yeah, it's... Honestly, I didn't think it was this easy to do this, but it is actually this easy to do this. But, okay, one second. I'm probably losing, like, every single person that was watching this stream. But I promise you in 1 second we're going to work on some really dope stuff. I just want to get this set up real quick. Alright, save changes. Cool, there we go. So if you donate, like I said, you can either do it for Super Chat or just through the Streamlabs link in the description. And yeah, I'll work on your project file and we can make something cool. It's a good idea. Pulling my hair trying to find a lead I like for a project. That's cool, eating cheese. Well, yeah, sometimes that's just what you gotta do. Pull out all your hair and make a lead sound. But yeah, so then that was how I made those. Actually gotta go. Alright, cool. Peace out, Animus. Or I guess I'll see you in a sec. Alright, well, catch you in a few minutes. But anyway, yeah, so then the way that I did these little parts, if I solo this, where it's going like 16th notes, basically the way I did that was I just took this auto pan and I put it on the saw wave and synced it to 16th notes, and then we should have the amount automating up there. And there we go. It just gives it like a nice kind of, just something extra, you know? So then for this part, the way I made these synths. So, hey Dreamboat, what's up? Thank you. But anyway, yeah, so I'm doing, let's go, thank you Dreamboat. So yeah, so it's 2 layers for the bass. It's this one, which is some preset I found on Splice, but I turned the release down, and I think I had like, I turned the reverb down a bit as well, because it was very intense. But I liked what this was adding. This adds a nice, like, low mids kind of presence to the bass. So then I have that. And then I have this bass, which is just massive. It's just a sub I made. Triangle wave, a little bit of a pitch envelope to make it, you know, hit a little bit harder. And that's about it. And then I just have it going into a saturator for some harmonic content. I'll donate and send next week if you're still up for that. Yeah, of course. I think I'm gonna do it like I'm just gonna start doing this as like my regular stream thing. Like, and every stream you just donate $2, and I will work on your project file. But dude, that's cool. I'm excited to hear your track. But yeah, so then for the synth layers, and I'm gonna show you how I did this bussing as well. But the synth layers are okay. So it's actually only 2 layers. Wow, should probably delete those. But yeah, so it's 2 layers. So it's this and this. So the way I made this first lead, it's pretty simple. It's just this little sample. And you may be able to hear, but I put a little bit of a pitch envelope on it. I'm actually going to turn that up. But okay, yeah, so I pretty much just kind of shaped it to sound like this. Not too much there since it's a sample. And then this layer, which is a serum patch that I got from a preset pack. But yeah, it's just like an old school Hoover style sound. That's actually pretty cool. But I need to do some processing on these 2 layers, because on this one I want it to be really wide. And we sort of have the opposite. Like, this already sounds pretty fire, but we sort of have the opposite going on of what we want to have going on, because this one is pretty wide, whereas this one is actually pretty mono. So we want to make this one a lot wider, which obviously that helped. And then we're going to make this one mono. Were you going to whip out the guitar on stream? I need to. I don't know. It's a good question, because, like, yeah, there we go. I mean, I could. The problem is I can never record guitar unless I'm using ASIO, because that has, like, too much latency, and you can't use ASIO while you're streaming with OBS. Although, I guess you can. I don't know. Anyway, let's hear this now. Alright, I'm gonna add a synth layer that's doing something similar to this. Dude, this is actually a pretty cool track idea though. I'm pretty excited about this. Alright, let's try Serum. I might try Massive if I don't come up with anything in here. I mean, the thing is like, obviously they all do the same thing, But the difference for me is in like the way they look and the way they feel when you're using them. You know, like I would not make the same sound if I was using Serum as I would if I was using Massive. If that makes any sense. Like it really helps to I don't know. It's like the environment you're working in, you know? Maybe a marimba layer. Yeah, something like that. Let's cut out all the low end in this sound as well. This sound is nice, but we definitely need to tame it. Yo, this sounds pretty fire. Okay. Would you recommend learning to use multiple synths or just stick to mastering one? Good question actually. Well, really, with a lot of them, you kind of like once you get to a certain level of proficiency, you'll pretty much just be able to use all of them. Like I'm pretty confident with my abilities, where like if I had to use Silence or had to use like some other random synth like Diva or something, I feel like I could get it done. I'm just a lot faster with Massive and Serum, and like a few others. But yeah, I mean, I would recommend just learning how synths work, really. And like, learn how synths work using one of these synths, as opposed to like aiming to just learn how to use that synth. Like, if you're using Massive, like, learn how synthesis works in the context of, or like, not even in the context of Massive, but just while using Massive. Like, yeah, then it'll make a lot more sense to you. That was what I sort of like accidentally did. Like I didn't realize I was doing it, but that was how I learned synthesis. And now I'm a lot quicker with synths than I probably would be. Alright, I want to try finding one more bass layer. Like just something to add to this. This one will like really add a lot actually. Unreal. Dude, thank you, Dreamboat. Thank you for watching my streams. Alright, cool. Anytime, man. I'm always learning. Thank you, Dreamba. I appreciate that. Well, man, you are too kind. Okay, let's get to the synth bus here. I'll explain the busing in a sec as well. Alright, so I'm gonna add some erosion to this little vocal stab, this thing. Just so it has a bit of like... You know? I don't know about that part of the end. I just kind of threw that in there, but we'll work on that, of course. 2 claps. But actually, that second one does kind of help. But yeah, so the busing that's going on here. So what I've done is I've made a synth bus, a bass bus, and a drum bus. So they all pretty much have the same thing, but just sort of in different increments. So like on the synth bus, we have a reverb, an OTT, and an LFO tool. And if we look at the bass bus, same thing, but again, in different amounts. So here is without anything. I'll keep the LFO tool on the synth bus, but here's without any of the like extra polishing stuff. And then here is with all the extra polishing stuff. So you can hear it's pretty subtle, but it does add something. Like it just gives it that little like last extra bit of polishing, like I was saying. And then same thing on the bass bus. If I turn off this stuff and then turn it on, it's just a little bit more powerful. I'm also gonna put some saturation actually on the bass bus. Let's put the OTT. Yo, Nick, how's it going? Let's do like this. Alright, and then I'm gonna do a little reverb sweep here. I wonder what would happen if I just bounce that and just get that little chord that's being created by the reverb. I was checking out your earlier music. What made you switch your focus to house music? Good question. I don't know. My tastes changed, I guess. I don't know. I just feel like the thing is, like, for those first couple years there, I was really just trying to be, like in the kind of, like, quartet, burial, like, floating points, like, that kind of world, you know? But, like, truth be told, I think that stuff got a little boring. Like, not those artists that I mentioned. I still think they're making very interesting music. But it's like, how many times is somebody gonna come out and be like, "Oh wow, he's anonymous. Nobody knows who he is," or like, "Oh wow, he makes such exciting house influenced textural music." Like, I don't know. I was just really tired of that. Like, I thought it was so boring and just like, again, it's not dead and it's probably not boring to most people. But because I spent like a lot of time chasing that and just sort of like in that world, I don't know. Like I said, I just got bored of it. Like, I think lo-fi house is a million times more interesting right now. So that is kind of the thing. And also, there's been like a shift too, because like a couple years ago, if I was making this YouTube channel, then yeah, I would be making everything. But now I feel like it's more like house focused as well. So like that's almost just kind of like a right now thing, you know? Okay, what? No, that's stupid. Hey, I sent a track critique. Will be critiqued today. Send your email. Yeah, I'll pull it up in a sec. Think Tank. Thank you for sending it through. Let me try something here. cool. I'm gonna pull it up in a sec though. Honestly, I have no idea how I would make like a structure for that, but I guess I can just figure it out from like another track. Like I could use a reference just for some structure ideas. Dude, your content output. Thank you, Dennis. Well, I'm trying to get some new music out. I've been talking to some people this week and in the past few weeks, of course, and I'm trying to get some that kind of content out as well. But we'll see. I'm aiming for 2 new tracks by the end of the year. Might get 1. We shall see. That last part is fire. Thank you, Volga. Yeah, I think it was pretty dope. This track could be a cool one. But this next one that I'm about to show you actually is maybe a little bit crazier. I don't know. It's pretty interesting though. It's like in triplets. Well, while that's loading, I guess I'll pull up this critique track. Let's do that real quick. Alright, one sec. There we go. I should really just have this email inbox pulled up when I stream, but I never do. Alright, yeah, well that's loading. In the meantime... Oh yeah, sorry I never hit you back, Vladimir, if you're watching right now. My bad. Hey Julian, it's Prime. Can I get some feedback on this future house track? Final song... remix. Yeah, but... if this is a remix of like a very popular track... like if this is Final Song by Mo, I don't think that I can critique it. Just because I'm not trying to get a copyright. But anyway, let's get it. Think. That's not the one I sent. Wait, which email did you send it to? Did you send it to the submission email? Oh, can you send it to the email that's in the description? It's the one, julianrollsubmissions@gmail, that says send tracks to. Or submit tracks to. Well, yeah, send it there and I will pull it up. Okay, this is giving me a hard time, but I trust you, Prime, so I'm going to download this real quick. Alright, let's pull this boy up. You're by my side. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just... It sounds cool, but I apologize. I don't think I can yoink his computer now. But I don't think I can, whatever it's called, play it because of the copyright. I apologize for that. Well, thank you for sending that through. I don't know if you sent through an instrumental or something, I can play it. I'm just paranoid about the whole thing there with copyright. Okay, cool. So I'm going to play this track really quick, and then I'm going to go into listening to the one that was just sent in. So, tell me what you think of this. This part is kind of lame. Oh, whoops. Okay, wrong part. Okay, this is it. Again, though, this part is not necessarily the best. I need to change the vocal chops in this part. Good stuff. Thank you, Jeffrey. Vladimir, what's up? Does something sound out of phase to you guys? I feel like this is out of phase. I need critique. Alright, cool. Send us an email, Vladimir. Also, sorry I never replied to your email the other day. I've just been very busy. Like I said, I'm trying to get some new music out. So YouTube, like stuff like replying to like emails and stuff has just been falling apart. But it's okay. That's alright. Thank you, Vladimir. But I appreciate the kind words. I am actually gonna give you a proper response. But yeah, send that track through, and I will pull it up. Oh, nice. Well, hopefully my computer doesn't die, because this is just saving onto my computer now. Awesome, that's the one. Thank you, Think Tank. But thank you for understanding, Vladimir. If you guys don't know, Vladimir sent me in a MIDI file that I used to make this track. I'll play it for you guys. Oh, I actually finished the track too. Second virus of the day. I know. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I am. And we'll see what happens. Anyway, here's the track. Tech House 2018 OCM. Whatever that means. Ooh. It sounds pretty cool. I like that it sounds like mostly synthesized. Which is obviously not even like a requirement at all. But it is obviously a big difference. When you can tell, like... I'm gonna stop talking. Hey Curtis, what's up? How's it going, man?
I still wouldn't have any proof, so I just don't debate it anymore. It's absurd.
The search for God is absurd.
Oh, this is a banger. This is actually a pretty fire track. You did a very good job of building the tension in this part. Yo, that should be a new meme. Instead of stack the layers, it should be build the tension. Is there much of a wait line? I'd be happy to donate. No, not at all. There's actually no waiting line right now, from what I understand. But thank you, Cass.
I don't want to be alone.
Fixed baseline. Yeah. Yeah, the baseline could be a little bit subbier. Like, I would go for more of like a deep kind of like, just like the kind of vibe where it's more like, yeah, just like subby and kind of like percussive sounding. I would also maybe try to make that synth a little bit brighter in some way, like not even necessarily opening the filter, but like maybe you could add some kind of cool noise over top of it, or like something that would just bring some high end. Because I imagine if I pulled this up and played it, or put it with like a spectrum analyzer, I would not probably see a whole lot. Like it's a little bit flat in the high end. But that's nothing you can't like pretty easily fix. Minutes in the morning, a few minutes, I still have a lot of work to do. I feel you, Think Tank. Well, for a few minutes worth of work, that was pretty fire. So, shout out to you for that one. Alright, I want to work on these claps. And also, like, these hi-hats kind of have a weird stereo field. Thank you so much. Yeah, no problem. Well, so thank you, Cass. Yeah, you may not have heard this when I was playing it before. I played through it a second ago, but I'm going to be working on this right now. Unless somebody sends in a track, a project file, and then I'll work on that. But yeah, I think this tambourine is like out of phase, because it's causing everything to sound weird. This one's got a weird stereo image as well. All of these like have weird Big Dawn vibes. Yeah, that's what I'm going for, like hexagon vibe. Thanks so much. No problem, Think Tank. I might have already said that. I don't even remember. Let's. All right. That's better too, cause like part of the thing about like big, obviously like club tracks, is like you want them to work in mono, cause in a lot of clubs they're in mono, and that could have had problems just from the hi-hat. Anyway, let's get a different clap here. This one's kind of like stereo as well, and it's sounding weird. Let's try one of these kind of claps, like the super spinning type claps. Let me find one. There's a bunch in here, like these kind. Yo, Marinus, what's up? Dude, how's it going? This stream is kind of like perfect time for you. It's like right at the end of the day, your time. But yeah, let me go back to that old one. So here was the old clap. Although honestly, this one could kind of work a little better. Gaming right now. Ah, perfect. Are you playing the new Call of Duty, the Battle Royale one? I watched like 5 seconds of somebody streaming that game the other day. It looks kind of interesting, honestly. I didn't really grow up with Call of Duty. I was more of a Pokemon boy. But you know. Okay, this layer is not doing anything really. And we kind of need something under here. So I'm going to make a new sound here. Let's actually make this in Serum. Let's go to Serum. There we go. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try to make kind of like... one of these kind of like lower future house like comb filter style plucks. I'm going to put some noise on it as well. But the noise isn't going to go through the filter. There we go. Alright, so let's put some distortion on here. There we go. And I'm going to add a pitch envelope to this. Envelope. There we go. Alright. Hey, Showman! What's up? How's it going? Okay, so that layer actually kind of didn't work. And also, like, in general, I think this layer isn't working, this pluck. Okay, that's weird that's happening. But the reason why is because this one, if you listen, and the bass as well, there's a lot of automation. That's kind of part of what's making this sound the way it does. Yeah, so you can see. So what that is I have this macro. It's on the filter, and then on the attack, and on the decay. And that's what's giving it that kind of sound. Also, hey, Shell 2 Man, what's up? How's it going? But yeah, so that macro is on those parameters. And then I'm just automating that. But then the problem is that this one sounds really out of place. Because at some points, the attack and decay aren't the same as this one. So the remedy to this would be to make this sound inside a massive with those same automations. So let's copy this massive instance down here. And what I'm gonna do, let's put a loop on here, is we're just gonna remake that sound that I was using, but with massive. Yo, what is Hey, yo, Cass, thank you for the donation. Recently discovered. Yo, I really appreciate it. If you, what's it called? Send your track into, I believe, I'm not sure exactly where it goes, but send your project file. Just send it to the submissions email. It's right here. I believe you have sent stuff in before. If you send it to this email, I will open it up immediately, and we'll get to working on this. Recently discovered some dope funky / jazz house producers. I'd really like to hear your opinions on those. Yeah, well, actually, maybe not, because I could, if it's on Spotify, it's probably registered in the whole, like, system, meaning that I could get a copyright strike, so I'm sorry. But hey, thank you, Vladimir. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, yeah, I got that one from Vladimir. Kaz, if you send your project file to the email, I'll pull that up as well. It'll be all good there. In the meantime, I'm gonna play this track from Vladimir. Let's hear it. I don't know where to go with this. Too easy. Alright, Vladimir, this is kind of a cool idea. I would recommend focusing on that one, that like first chord, that chord. Maybe try to focus around that and like make the drop a little bit bigger. Like the key is just really to make that thing stick out. So I would maybe even layer it up a little bit with some other synths. Like maybe you could have in the beginning, what's it called? Maybe you could have like just that thing in the beginning, and then when the drop comes, you add some more layers on top of it or something. I don't know, something like that. I wanted to white noise. Yeah, some white noise could definitely help. Yeah, I want to tell me how to make. Oh yeah, yo, I should do that. You're right. The tennis courts like drop synth. That'd be pretty fire. I need to do that. Some sorted square notes. Some sorted square waves as layers. Yeah, that's sort of what I'm creating here. there we go. That's pretty much what I wanted. Like when it is when the attack is like closed, so to speak, it's very tight and punchy. But then when it's open, then it fits with everything else. It doesn't just stick out. Oh, thank you, Vladimir. Altoids 101. How'd you start teaching yourself electronic music production? Good question. Okay, I'm gonna delete this here. I'm gonna delete this one as well. I made these with Exhale, so I'm just gonna get some new vocal chops for this part. While I'm waiting on that project file from Kaz. But how'd you start teaching yourself electronic music production? Hello, Altoids 101. What's cracking? So I don't know. I just kind of wanted to. I mean, obviously, just with the internet, just like a lot of YouTube tutorials. A lot of whatever. Just a whole lot of stuff, you know? Anyone heard of Odessa's new track yet? I listened to a few minutes of it, or not a few minutes, because that would be the full song, but I listened to a few moments of it last night. That track, it's pretty cool. Mine's just loading. Alright, no worries, Kaz. Take your time, baby. Man, why is Exhale taking like a lifetime? There we go. Do you use all your contact libraries? I actually do pretty much. Like, that's the thing, is that a lot of times, like, I have a lot of stuff that I don't use, like in my sample library, for example. I don't use a lot of the stuff. But my contact libraries, I actually do pretty much use all of them. Like, some more frequently than others, but I do use them all quite a bit. Alright, we're in F minor. Cool. So, let's just get, like, one of these, you know? Also, let's just mess with this, because I think... Yeah. For whatever reason, this isn't an F minor. Nah, well, actually, it's kind of weird. Use. Oh wait, alright. Wasn't my cup of tea, TBH? Still Happy Days. Yeah. I mean, it was a cool track. The thing with a lot of those kind of acts is they get to a point where it's like, kind of feels like they're just releasing new music just to release it sometimes. But I felt like this track was pretty good. Alright, let's just put this in as like a drone for now. Because I just want to remember that for later. And then I'm going to pull up the tracks. Also, thank you, Kaz. I appreciate it. Do you ever do stuff with hardware? No. Never. Thank you. Alright, I'm just going to hold on to that for later because I want to pull up this track that Kaz sent in. How do you? Thank you for that one. Wish I could jam with you. Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe someday I'll use hardware. It's just never been like a time where I truly believe that hardware was gonna sound better because I've experimented a lot with hardware in my life, and it's always just ended up being like using it just for the sake of using it, and so I don't want to be doing that. So that's why I just use software. Hardware makes it. That is true. If you're like playing live, it's very useful. It's a good way to collaborate. That's actually very smart, Hustle Wilson. Wow. Interesting insight there. That made me think. Do you have any sort of general tips for beginners? Yeah, so the advice I can give you. Also, I'm pulling up the project file now, but the advice I could give you would probably be like you suck. like you probably don't suck, but there's a chance that if you've been producing for that long, you do. You're not like the best. Like you're probably pretty good, but you want to get a lot better. So what I would recommend doing is keep going as hard as you were when you like had no idea how to produce at all, because yeah, that's just gonna keep you moving and keep you getting better. Um, and then you'll become amazing. Cause like really, my growth was kind of stunted for a little bit with producing. Oh, I don't have Silent One. I'm sorry about that. But I'll just replace that with Serum or something. Um, but yeah, so like I was saying, like my growth was really stunted because what happened to me was I was kind of told I was good a little bit too soon. Like if you guys listen to on my SoundCloud all the old music from like 2015, oh big rip, I used some synth. All right, that's fine. I'll just make something in Serum and you can tell me how it sounds. Um, but yeah, like my growth was stunted because I was like releasing music when I was like really maybe a little bit too soon. Like it was really like I said, like we were just kind of I don't know. I was just doing a lot of stuff that I didn't really need to be doing at that point in my producing career just yet. I don't know. A lot of this stuff is getting cucked. I don't have this Simian mobile disco. Is it in here? No, it is not. Okay, well, I can maybe download that or something. I'm not sure. A lot of these actually aren't in there. That's not good. I do have some of them, though. Oh, wait. Okay, hang on. Let me do this. Let me hit go and see what it finds. That's what's happening. Bro, the Mad Rush remix. Yeah, okay, so the Mad Rush remix is a perfect example of that. Like, there was no reason why I should have gotten that remix that early in my career. Like, obviously, that wasn't an amazing, like, huge remix, but just to get, like, on a scale where people would hear it. I don't know. I just feel like my growth was sort of stunted by that. Like, it wasn't until I got over that I really improved. Fall in love with it again. That is some very good advice there. Wow, you are like you're like the Yoda of this chat. You're like the music production Yoda. Hey Rainbow Gamer, what's up? Do you own any hardware since? No, I don't. I don't. Whatever it's called. I don't own any hardware. But don't know why its processes have the same. All right, cool. Sorry about that. Not sure what was going on there. All right, this is gonna take a lifetime. Let's just do this. All right, yeah, I'm going to close this and reopen it when you send it again in a second. But yeah, let's keep working on this one in a sec. High praise, all praise to the to you guys. Head back to your track. All right, I will. That's what I'm doing. While this is loading though, I'm gonna get some water real quick. Don't go anywhere, guys. Yo, told you I'd be right back. Hold up, I'm gonna have a back cracking session real quick. Oof. All right, let's see about this side. Oof. The fact that my back cracks that much, I know you guys couldn't hear that, but it was a lot. It's probably a very bad sign because I have a terrible back. Exactly, eating cheese. One thing I didn't think I snapped on here was in this build. When it switches to the triplets there, because if you listen, it's like a lot of things that are doing that. So first off, we have the snare, which is probably the most obvious one. But then there's also, and get rid of this. But then there's also this clock, which if you listen, it switches to triplets there, because then it matches. But then we also have, if you listen to the white noise riser, so that also kind of goes into those triplets there. So I have an auto pan, and it's doing 12th notes, which is just the 8th note triplets. And then I have the phase on 0, and I have it set to like this basically. And then the amount just comes up, so it's sort of like with that clock and snare. You can hear it. I don't know, I just thought it was a cool touch. I don't know what happened if I put these drones in this part. Nah. Alright, I like those a lot. But I'm going to save them for that part where, like, in the build-up in the intro. I don't have any vocals for this track yet. That's a thing that needs to be remedied. We're really going to start working with some vocalists. But I'll do that soon. Sounds like a Death Grips track. Synth lead? Maybe, but with this kind of stuff, it's hard to do a synth lead. Like, because of the way I have this. But you know what I could do? Is I could do this. So, what we could do is we can make a synth lead that follows the same, like, pattern as these regular things, but it's just doing, like, a lead. So, like, if we do like that. Oh, strings. Oh, dude, that could be crazy. But the thing is, it kind of needs to be one of these because it needs to follow those automations. Like start out staccato. Could do an auto curve in the filter. That's what I have. Actually, if you listen to like the very beginning of the drop, it's subtle. I have to make it more pronounced. But if you listen, yeah, see, it's like very subtle. Oh, I guess it's not in here. Wow. What had happened was I actually have 2 project files for this. And it got a little out of hand. So I'm just using this one now. But let's re-add that. No wonder. Yes, they had like one of those. But start staccato. Yeah, that'd be good. There we go. I want to follow that same kind of pattern that I had. There we go. And then I'm going to make a second half to that. So let's get rid of the chords in the first part now, because this layer is only going to be a lead. I'm going to change the synth sound completely. I'm using the chords right now to help me write it. There we go. Alright, so let's hear what that sounds like in the full mix. Obviously, I'm going to do a little bit with the synth sound here real quick. Let's just get rid of this. Hey, Roulette Music. What's up? Do people still listen to dubstep? Good question. Maybe they do. Come over to YouTube, shoot, and hang out with us. Hey, Eyeball247. Wow, thank you. I forget who exactly you are. Also, Kyrie, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. But cool, this is coming out. Yo, thank you for subscribing, Roz. Hey, Kai, what's up? Good to see you. You're awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. You're awesome. Alright, I'm gonna do some reverb automation on this sound for sure. Let's add some unison. Oh, God. Duplicate an octave apart? True. I don't know. This sounds cool to me. We'll have a similar effect. True. Hey man, can I get some feedback on something I just started? Yeah, of course, Roulette. Here's the, well, actually, the email is just in the description for this video. Yeah. Send it through. You work on some melodic techno, like the recent tutorial? Yeah, I'll pull that up in a sec if you want. I can try something like that. Right now, though, I want to get this reverb popping. But I promise you that I will pull up something in that style. I might already have something I can work on. Did you like that? I wasn't sure about that one, but it did pretty well. So, maybe I will make more in that style. Alright, so maybe I'll just do like that. The sweeps. Hey, I7, thank you for following on Twitch. Alright, well, we're definitely going to use this one. No, not that one. This one. That's like a nice drone. That is very crucial, I think. But we'll get rid of that one, and we're just gonna use this in the sort of main parts. There we go. I'll switch counts. Alright, cool. I'll play your track up in a sec, White House. Like the drop. Thank you, Bruce. But let's pull up this submission track from Dylan Shaw. Literally only spent an hour on it. Just want to know if it's a decent start and where I should go with it. This is the inspiration. Take a short listen after to see where I got my idea from. Alright, cool. Pull this boy up. Hey, we're like an hour into the stream. Thank you everybody who's currently watching. Check out Lo-Fi. Like, alright, cool. Catch you later, I7. Thank you for following. But yo, let's pull this up. Ooh, 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 ooh. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. This sort of sounds like if Sophie made a dubstep track. It's kind of cool. It's a bit fast, but I don't know if that's like the vibe. Oh, I see. Well, yeah, I mean, a Raz and Sophie collab, exactly. Like, yeah, I mean, this is an interesting track. What I would do is I would just try to make the basses a little bit wider sounding. And just like a little bit, like bigger, you know? But overall, interesting idea. Alright, cool. So let's pull this thing back up. So I actually want to hear this really quick. I was surprised how well that built. We're working around 148 BPM. True. Thanks, man. No problem at all, Roulette. Whoa, calm down there. That's a lot of beats for me. Every house producer to every dubstep producer ever. At drum and bass producers. Alright, we gotta work on the melody a little bit with this, but I'm gonna put a little bit of reverb on it. I think that's what it's missing. And we got serum too, because I want to make a sound for this, and I realized I didn't have to actually have the automation on this sound. I was under the impression that this would only sound good if it had the same matching automation with this. But as you can hear, they definitely work together even when they're like doing different things. So I gotta ask something. Alright, ask me anything, Ian Cheese. What's that How to Shoegaze video? Okay, so on the Ven YouTube, that's amazing. So basically we came up with the idea to make memes that were like related to like shoegaze and like the kind of music like we were making, right? Because we thought lost my shit with something. Yeah, the vacuum, that was not my idea. Like a lot of Ven, I'm not really behind, so to speak. A lot of that is not my intelligence coming up with the things. But anyway, so yeah, so we were like trying to figure out how to get like people to notice us, right? So we thought of let's make some shoegaze related memes because Ven was kind of a shoegaze band. So we did it, and it worked pretty well. We had that one, which actually didn't do well. It did pretty well on YouTube. But if you go to our Facebook, it got like a lot of views on there. Like, it was weird. We were basically just trying to make the type of video that, like, if you were on Facebook, your first reaction would be to just tag your friends in it, you know? But I'm glad you like that. Thank you, eating cheese. That's great. Well, wow. There we go. There we go. It's a little bit weird. Like it's well, specifically with this lead, it's a little hard to mix because in order to make it like you can't just put it up an octave. Because putting this sound up an octave sounds bad. It sounds best in this octave, but I had to make it bigger using the Haas effect because yeah, like on its own, it just didn't really work. Or it wasn't powerful enough. I like Lo-Fi House more. I'm sorry, Jack. I know a lot of people probably do. Also, one sec. Alright. So we about to bust out the guitar. Because this piano doesn't really sound too good on its own. Alright, I'm gonna grab a cable and plug this in real quick. It's okay, the style just seems a bit cheesy. It is a little bit. I agree with you about that, but I am creating music for the moment that it is created in, not for anything else. Keep doing you that. Thank you, Jack. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching all these tutorials. Okay, let's plug in the guitar. So this might be very boring for you guys. I don't know. You may not even be able to see it. But let me pull it up so you can hear it. Oh. There we go. I've watched every single... Wow, thank you, Jack. I have too. I've made every single one. Alright, so I'm gonna play like some chords here. Or is that... Yeah, okay, so it's like... Alright, hold up. Okay, so we got F minor, G sharp major, D sharp major, and C sharp major. Alright, cool. So oops. And then hold up, wow. Okay. That threw me off for a sec. Anyway. Peace, bro. Alright, peace out, Jack. Thanks for coming through. Alright, let's record that real quick. I might do more, but we'll see. Also, I'll throw guitar rig on here real quick. And we'll make this kind of sound a little nicer. Alright, so let's get... Which amp should I use? Let's get a twang reverb. This is a guitar tone stream now. Actually, that sounds kind of bad. Let's try the tweed. I never used this one. Alright, now let's get this in tune. I guess I only need to tune these two strings. Also, this guitar I'm recording this with is actually a pretty terrible guitar. It's this one. Which, for those of you who know guitar, you know that this is like literally the basic standard model Epiphone that you can just get. And I actually have a very nice, what's it called? Gibson SG in the background. But one of the strings is broken. So I'm using the crappy guitar. Alright, so let's record this. So, typically when I record these kind of little chord stabs, I actually don't even record them, like, sort of in the pattern. Like, I'll just record them and let them ring out and then place them together in the computer because it's just easier that way. So, like, there's the first one. We'll just let that go. Alright, and then we'll do the second one. Then we'll do the third one. Oops. Oops. Okay, there we go. And then the fourth one. No, just kidding. We didn't need that chord, but I just wanted to hear it. Alright, cool. So now that we have those, I wanted to just go like, and throw it behind my head, but there's a chance that it would hit the ceiling of this room, so I didn't want to do that. You see San Holo playing guitar during live sets? Yeah, I know, he does that. And he plays it in his songs a lot. I honestly used to be like a lot better at guitar. Like if I wanted to record a solo over something right now, I could. But I definitely, my skills, as soon as I started getting into music production, my guitar skills took a back seat. Alright, and then we'll go like that. And sometimes this can be kind of clicky, this method. Sometimes I have to do some fades. But that is not too hard of a task. Alright, and then let's grab this chord. Oh. Now that sounds distorted, but it's easy to fix. It's just because the input is kind of loud going into the amp. But if we just turn these down, we can get it to like not be distorted. And there we go. Now I'm going to edit the start times of some of these because some of them are a little bit weird. But like overall, you can see this is a pretty effective method here. Alright, cool. So I guess that was the actual start of that. Cool. So let's just put a little fade on the end of all of these. Mm. Awesome. And we're going to get a little bit of reverb, which is going to help quite a bit. Perfect. Alright, so let's just hear how that's sounding right now in the mix. So right now, we're just layering this with a piano and a bass. Nice. I think that's a lot better. Very solid. Thanks, Volker. Yeah, that sounds dope. It's subtle now. I have it turned down pretty quiet, but you can hear? As a matter of fact, I'm gonna sort of fix this a little bit. But you can hear. You can hear it just sits over that contact really nicely, that piano. That's a beautiful piano, but it doesn't have a lot of high end. So this just takes care of that. The Rain Man of house music, just cranking out tunes. Yeah, something like that. There we go. The thing with this track too is it's a little bit of a thing where like you want to get the right. Well, you gotta get the feel right in the intro because you want it to flow nicely, especially with the triplets. It can be hard. That's gonna be a nightmare with vocals. Like if I want vocals for this track, they have to be like in triplets. I mean, they kind of don't. But it would sound a lot better if they were. What are you going to call it? I don't know. Something based on whatever vocals I end up using. Alright, cool. So I'm just making a little thing in the intro here. So we can make a little reverse reverb effect. Let's do this. Nice. Now, let's get a bunch of reverb here. And there we go. Freeze track. Get some Migos acapella. Perfect idea. That's genius. 7 time. Are you holding tracks until labels pick them up, or would you release them if you don't? To be honest with you, I couldn't really see myself just dropping a track right now. Like, I kind of could do that, but I don't think my platform is big enough just yet to be able to do that. Like, hopefully I can get that way, like, pretty soon, but right now, I just think it wouldn't be a waste, but I always want to maximize everything, you know? Another thing, too, is, like, you would get diminishing returns with that. Like, if I just dropped the track right now, honestly, it would probably do kind of well with you guys, but then if I just started doing that more and more, you guys would start listening less and less. Which I'm not saying is like bad. I'm saying like obviously that's just how it works. That's human psychology. Raindrop. Dude, that's a perfect idea. I need to get a Quavo verse on this. Raindrop. Alright, I'm gonna add a little layer to this. I'm really trying to perfect every element of this. But I have these little reverse sounds that I feel like would be cool on top of this. Not those. Like this, it's very subtle. But if we got that in tune. See, like that, and then if I put some reverb on it. Nah. What if I just make it twice as long? Nah, it didn't really work. And you don't even really need it. Alright, I think we need another layer on the sleeve. Tomorrowland, are you ready? I just want to be able to say that one time in my life to the Tomorrowland crowd. 3, 2, 1. Three, two, one. And use the words for a title. It'll happen. Do you think that do you think cause I was thinking of doing that, like, that's a thing that they do a lot on, like, the Hexagon tracks. Like, they'll have a song where, like, it starts with, like a really good example of this, which is not a Hexagon track, is Burning in My Soul by Robbie East. Like, it starts with that, burning in my soul, that sample, and that just plays through. Like, I could find one of those. That would be cool. Matter of fact, let's look for one. Like a phrase as opposed to a like a full thing. No. Let's look at one of these, like, one of these, because these have them.
How imagine that was you. You who saw my dreams right through. You.
Well, yeah, let's take that. Imagine that was you. Alright, what BPM is this? We're at 110. Nice. And it's in A minor. This track is in F minor. I think I might know some possible phrases. Alright, cool. I'll check the splice packs. I got them from you. Send them through. Everybody guck it. Dude, see, the guck, it's just perfect. Like, it's got, like, you can always say it in every kind of thing. Like, it could always, it could always work, no matter what. Like, you could always just replace any word with guck. It's perfect. Look up Lewis Lane pop vocals. Alright. I will do that. Let me try this one really quick, though. G sharp, G, F sharp, F.
Imagine that was you. Imagine that was you. You who saw my dreams right through. You who saw my dreams right through. Imagine that was you.
Alright, we'll just hold on to this one.
Imagine that was you.
Because we could just take these little U's. You. And we could just make like a thing out of that. Like if I just do it this way.
Imagine that was you.
Oops.
Imagine that was you.
What's up? What's good? It's your boy Eating Cheese here today. We are searching from. Hey everyone, Julian here, and today I'm going to be using a bunch of presets that I found on the Pirate Bay. It's lit. The Pirate Boy. Nah, sorry, we don't use the Pirate Bay around here. We use the Pirate Boy. Alright, I'm gonna go to Splice and see what this pack is. Splice.com/sound. Let's type in, yo, dude, the Bob Sinclair pack is fire. I didn't even go through the whole thing, but the drums in there are insane. Alright, let's check this out. He said, whose vocal pack is this? Hey Matt, good to see you. How are you? Lewis Lane pop vocals. Okay, let's sort it by relevance. There we go. Alright, let's see what's going on in here. No, I don't want to know about making the pack.
I need you. I want you. I need you. I want you.
You can even just use like those two.
Ooh. Take my hand. My heart beats fast. Ooh. My heart beats fast.
That's a pretty cool one.
Come over here. Everybody get up.
You're a monster. Yeah. I think he probably uses love to warn if you'd be able to use the plugins. Well, yeah, what plugins are you using? Do you have any of the Rolling Cloud plugins? I don't have the Rolling Cloud ones, but I do have like all of the well actually I don't. I was thinking of something else.
There's a night away. Take my hand.
I have the chord stuff. Making select the style arm and can't come up with MIDI. Dude, it's okay, Tim.
Ooh. Night away. On your feet. Night away.
Yo, what if we use that in the beginning of the track? Like, what if it's like instead of just like a regular old reverse? Everybody uses that. What if we do this? Hold up, guys. It's gonna take me a second to get this in tune, but let me just take the piece that I want. Perfect. Now we'll grab that. And I guess I just have to get it in tune. There we go. Now, if we stretch this a bit, I think it will help, but we can kind of make it like... Nah, I think I might be, maybe if I just, like, really go in and time stretch the whole thing. I guess that does kind of work. Maybe with the reverse. I get one initial in production credits, like an F. That is actually a great idea. Try putting this up an octave. Alright, I think this is actually going to work. Oh, we just have to get the rhythm right. Hold on. Alright, wait. We could do this a few different ways. But yeah, there we go. Just chop chords. How'd you go about making a select so many? Yeah, well, like, I'd recommend that. I'd also recommend kind of like thinking of the automation as part of the MIDI. Like in this case, if I turn the automation off here, like if I just delete it, this is very boring. So I'd maybe write it with the MIDI in mind, or with the automation in mind.
Imagine. Imagine that was you. You.
Alright, there we go. I'm going to do one thing on this, and then we're going to move on to some vocals. I'm going to try opening up the filter on it. What you mean? Yeah, exactly.
Imagine that was you.
Alright, let's get rid of these boys. So this is a pretty cool beginning. What do you guys think? Can you play it through? I just joined. Yeah, here we go. I'll play it through. We need to add some effects. Thank you, Tim. You gonna send this to selected? Yeah, maybe. I do like this track though. I think it's cool because it's like you're not necessarily expecting this kind of a drop. Mix is really clean. Thank you, Tim. Yeah, I think so too. Like that was definitely a big thing here. Was I was trying to get the mix like as clean as I could be because we have a lot going on. Like this synth that's playing right now, for example, that's 2 layers, and it's already like a lot of information just in those 2. Because you're, I think you forgot about Twitch. I did not, I promise you, Gunmaster. I'm here. But hello. Which song? I'm not sure. But yeah, am I using LFO tool to sidechain? I am, yeah. Not to actually do a sidechain, but just for the kind of like fake sidechaining effect. Like we have like this. But yeah, like this is already a lot going on. Because you gotta keep in mind, your brain, when you're listening to this, is processing this separately from this. Since this is playing chords and then this is just playing the thirds. So it's kind of like I said, it's a lot going on. Like you don't want to overload it. So it's just about getting the mix as clean and tight as you can to make that work. Like that's how, not that I'm trying to compare myself, but just like in a similar vein, I would think like that's how a lot of like the Don Diablo style tracks work. It's just like a lot going on, but he's very good at keeping it under control because of the mix being very clean. So let's get rid of these layers that I'm not using because that's kind of just pointless CPU usage. Okay, cool. I just fixed the automation. So let me copy that over to the basses. And we're gonna be cooking, you know? Cooking up something good. Alright. Now, let me just copy that to this other bass again real quick, and then we'll copy all of that over to the second drop. Although not really, I was actually going to do something unique in the second drop. Let's just delete all of this in the second drop, and we'll make something new. I already kind of know what I'm going to do anyway. But yeah. Alright, you know what? No shame. Let's use that fill. Oh, but let's make it like triplets. I'll chop it up. So let's do like that. So we'll just put this on, we'll turn off the triplet grid. We'll put this on narrow. And I'm just going to sync these up. So I hope one day you get your songs selected on any big label. I think some things are coming soon, guys. Don't worry. We're gonna make some things happen. Late 2018, early 2019. We're doing things. Alright, so that's kind of the rhythm that I want here. So let me just turn off the grid actually. Because I can grab these a lot more effectively. Alright, and then we'll go back to triplet grid. Let's put this one over. So the correct rhythm that I want would basically be this. Okay. Hold up. Which I think actually kind of works. It was a nice run for the stream. It was a nice run for the stream, but we're gonna keep streaming, dude. I honestly like this YouTube channel is like partially an experiment for me because I want to go very far, and I feel like it would be very interesting to be streaming with like a lot more followers and subscribers. But then like, yeah, I'm still a very far ways away from like anything though, so you know, you don't have to. Don't worry. You barely hear that also. There we go. Let's pitch the rest of these down to that thing. Also, let's unwarp them all. Alright, -4. Yeah, there we go. At one point, the balance will be too difficult, especially when you're traveling. Oh yeah, if I start like traveling for shows and stuff, it'll be probably impossible. Then I probably won't upload every single day, but like, still make it happen. You know, I'll still keep the YouTube alive until like YouTube is dead. Like when YouTube becomes not the thing that everybody uses, then I probably won't stream on here. Does that mean stamped records? No. I wish though. Thank you. How long have you been streaming? I've been streaming on Twitch since late 2017. Like December 2017 I started streaming on Twitch, I think. And then I made the YouTube channel. Dude, you have like 6.5. Thank you. Well, I appreciate that. I'm glad you think that, Costa. I'm trying to have like 6.5 million. No, I'm just kidding. Alright, fire. Now let's add some more effects. I need to go through and like add effects up to the first drop, and then we'll go from there. Let's get like let's get one of these. This will make it very smooth. Drums, orchestral drums. We get an orchestral crash transition. Or orchestra. There we go. We already released stuff on Stamped Records. That's true, a few remixes, but I'm trying to get an original on there. Although, yeah. Elon Musk's Neuralink might be impossible to pursue. Wait, so what is the Elon Musk Neuralink? Because from what I understand, he was talking about like oh. All right, this crash sounds cool, but we can make it sound better. But from what I understand, he was talking about he was trying. I mean, he was just interested in the idea that humans could like connect with technology and have like that thing, have like a somewhat like, you know what I mean? I can't think right now because I'm producing. I'm trying to become the Elon Musk of production. That's what I want to do. Just kidding. But wow, that could be kind of crazy. The other day on Twitter, I was like, if I can upload my consciousness, Julian Musk. Exactly. Dude, I'm trying to do a collab. I want the ones to just be the song that plays when you get a Tesla, like just by default when you turn on the car, that song plays. Neuralink essentially is brain implanted computers that make our potential output exponentially increase. Days, yeah, exactly. Okay, so that is what I was thinking. So I feel like that'd be cool though. The thing is, I think a music production career as it currently is, yeah, obviously maybe wouldn't be such a thing. Like you wouldn't be able to make a living just sitting here spending hours and hours producing a track. Like that at some point is gonna be just the most ridiculous thing in the world. Like that already like is gonna be gone. Like I accept that. But there'll still be ways. Like if the skill set isn't in just sitting and writing out tracks this style, there'll still be a certain skill. Like it won't just be, you know what I mean? One producer with Neuralink. That's true, but then it would take more to steer the music culture. It's like, okay, a couple years ago, most EDM tracks sounded pretty horrible. Like they were using really bad drum samples. Like the synth sounds were just really lame and stupid. Like a couple years ago, EDM sounded pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. But then what happened was a few people got hold of like really good samples and really good synths and like all that kind of stuff, and then the whole thing improved. So now, like music production in general is a million times harder to get as good, but the standard of what is good is a lot higher. So it's gonna be the same thing with this. The only limit is creativity, which could be potentially learned with Neuralink. I guess that's true. Yeah, like if we crack the code on how to learn creativity, then that could be a problem. But we'll see. Making a machine to make music like a fast way. No, he's not. He's making a thing to whatever it's called. To like connect your brain with a computer. What I was saying on Twitter the other day, I was like, if I can upload my consciousness to a computer, does this mean I'll finally just be able to think of an idea in my mind and it will be in Ableton? That would be cool. Alright, I'm gonna get... Oh man. I'm gonna render a song for the streams especially. Ooh! Exciting. Can't wait to hear it. Yo, where are they at though? I'm looking for the I have like some snaps in here. That's not what I want. No. Oh, I think they're in here. I was thinking of a different EDX sample pack. That's it. There we go. But yeah, like I really think this is a thing. Like, okay, for example, like if I made a YouTube video right now that was like how to make a super saw, it would be dumb. Like there's no reason to make that video. Nobody wants to watch that. Everybody knows how to make a super saw. It's common knowledge at this point. A couple years ago, however, like when I first started, like in 2013, a how to make a super saw video would have been very like would have been like a very important and relevant video, you know? Because the knowledge wasn't really out there then. It'd be Limitless Pill 2.0. I'm just playing. Yeah, I feel you. This is like really interesting to me though. This is actually something that I'm like very fascinated with. So, stimulating conversation. Nah. I really wanted to have that snap in there, but I'm also like a little bit tired of the future house snap idea dynamic thing because like I've kind of been doing that in like every track I've made recently, and I don't want to just make everything, the same. I have a theory that will blow your mind. Alright, dude, drop it on me. Hey, Kimura! Yo, how's it going? Long time no see. What's bopping? Like a house song? That'd be fire. Really expensive. It would be Gunmaster, but the thing is that it wouldn't be expensive at a certain point. Like, right now a Tesla is really expensive because it's the only electric car. 100 years from now, and you will be able to buy an electric car for like the equivalent of $5,000 on Craigslist, which is like what you can buy like a very cheap, gas car with. Nothing. I have vacation. No, that's cool. Awesome. Wow, I think I just got a submission. Oh, Marina sent in a track. Let's hear it. Alright, let's go to the submissions here. Drop it like boop, boop. Enjoy your day. I will enjoy my day. Did you see the Joe Rogan? Yeah, I did. Well, I listened to it, but I listened to the whole thing, yeah. Joe Rogan, I like Joe Rogan a lot. Sometimes I don't agree with him. Like, sometimes, no offense, he says some pretty dumb stuff. But he's quite woke. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking now about Joe Rogan. Man, Marinas, you are on the full tropical house vibe. Oh, chat 200 characters. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I wish I could make it longer. I don't know how to. You just send it in multiple messages. Like, I never thought I'd say this, but nobody send a message for like 5 minutes. And Nick, you just go crazy. Type the whole message and just split it into 200 word things. Or 200 character things. Dude, this is like a pretty smooth lead synth. Sometimes it's childish for this podcast. It is, yeah. Alright, send it through, Kimura. I'll type it up on Word. Alright, do that. We're gonna question existence today. I'm trying to do like the dubstep hands. I mean, it's cool. It is cool. Dude, that was a pretty catchy melody too. Well, I like this. Perfect toms there. Well, the relationship between the kick and the snare and the bass is pretty fire. I want to hear it too. Dude, everybody wants to hear it. It's okay. He'll send it and then I'll read it out loud. Which is what I was already planning on doing. Also, how'd you do this vocoder here? Those chords are pretty strong too. And also I like the sine wave thing, that thing. That's cool. I mean, overall, it still needs like a bit of work, obviously, but it's gonna be a cool track. You know what would be tight? Actually, now I kind of want to try this. What? Imagine if you sample this. Like if you sampled that and like made it into like vaporwave or lo-fi house, that'd be interesting. I can send you the project. Dude, do it. Send it through. Pull it up. I actually do want to know how you did those sine wave things. Santina Holzer did this. It's pretty quirky. Dude, all good. Let's hear it. Okay, hopefully.
Young and broken.
Well, that's cool.
Be better on you, ain't listening. Everything on my head is telling me no.
I'm trying to avoid the lyrics.
My head did we go.
This is cool. You need like a harder kick and bass though, because it doesn't really sound like it sounds like we're still in like a verse when it's the drop, if that makes any sense. Let me save this. Okay, yeah, no problem. Do you hold on a sec? No, I don't have Synth Master. I'm sorry. Ooh. What? Who said that? Who said ooh? Yo, that's what I said. Hey, Tristan. Yo, how's it going, dude? Yeah, okay, XD. Yeah, Chimera. You know. Nice. Now let's get a sweet drop for there. So I'm going to make one using 2 samples that I've used a lot, but it's okay. We're going to take this hall kick. Which, fun fact, this has been in every single song I've ever released in my entire life. And then, so we got that. There we go. So 16. Hey, thank you, Tristan. It's sick seeing you come watch the stream. What's up? How's it going? We got a chance to make the video about a song structure. I need to do that. Like, how to make a song structure. That's definitely coming by the end of this week. Because a lot of people have asked me for that one. The, whatever it's called. The thing, man. Whatever it's called. Yeah, how to do, like, a house song structure. I froze synth mouse and easy keys. Alright, thank you. Yeah, because I don't have that one either. What is in here? Interesting. Alright, anyway. We're gonna go in here and get this impact. But thanks for sending the project file. Appreciate it. Send the demo. Alright, I'll pull that up, Maxwell. Alright, so we're gonna take this boy, but we're just gonna get that thing on top. We don't want that subby part. We just want this. And actually it's kind of funny because this impact works perfectly due to the fact that that's literally where the impact part of it cuts off. Like there's no impact, there's no like high end kick or anything like that. It's all low. So we can literally just get this by doing that. And there's none of that like bicycle sound in the low end either. So it's cool. If I play this, there we go. Now I don't think that this is actually gonna just work in this mix, like in general, but it was worth a try. Julian, do you know how to fix? A serious error has occurred in Ableton. I'm not sure because that's kind of like could be rooted in a lot of different things, or that could be rooted in a lot of different things. I always say stuff like that. I always say like that's could be rooted in a lot of different things. I don't know why I do that. But yeah, I don't really know exactly why. I'm sorry you're in desperate need of help, but I don't know what could be causing that in your particular case. Alright, we'll use that. Hey, Catnips! How's it going? Neil, yo, what's up? How are you? I'm good. I'm just working on this stuff. You can finish, please remember. Thank you. If I become famous, I will. Restart computer, that could help, yes. One day I'll play a DJ set with you live in my land. One day, Catnips. I would love to go to Portland. Anyway, I'm gonna pull up some of these demos that have been sent in. And we become best friends. that'd be wonderful. I'm looking forward to it, Catnips. Beautiful. Thank you, Huang Music. Huang Music. Sorry, I'm probably saying your name wrong. But cool. Let's pull up some of these submissions. Chess box. Here's all the perfect. Just what I wanted. Here's the project. Okay. Thank you, Marinus. I appreciate that one. Should I open this email? Let's do it. Let's see what happens. Oh, he didn't send anything. Damn, that sucks. I was really looking forward to that. Anyway. Yeah, not sure what's going on with my Ableton file. Can't be bothered. Alright, well, hit me up, Kaz. I'll send you, or I'll just email to you. I'll send you a sample pack or something. Thanks again for donating. I appreciate that. Just let me know which one you want. I'll honestly just send it to you on the stream. Wait for 1, 2, 3. Hey, thank you. Appreciate that. XD. Alright, let's pull this one from Maxwell. Ooh. Alright, I'm gonna stop.
Baby, why can't you sleep at night? Tell me lies, I just wanna know the truth. Do or die, is it me or is it you?
You actually gave me an interesting idea by something you heard in the intro.
You can say I haven't tried to cross this great divide.
I imagine that's where these vocals are from.
But I still love you so.
These aren't bad vocals.
I won't do to make this dream come true. Darling, you can walk away, but I'll keep coming back to you.
Those vocal chops are cool. If you made those, that's actually nice.
Coming back to Baby, why can't you sleep at
Where do you find vocals for your song? Usually sample packs. Twice, yeah.
Do or die. Is it me or is it you? Is it you?
Alright, I'm putting this in here now, just so I remember it, and I'll explain in a second what I'm doing. This gave me an idea.
But I still love you so. There is nothing I won't do to make this dream come true. Darling, you can walk away.
Somebody donate. Dude, it's cool, Neil. Actually, this is what's it called? If you want me to just listen to your track, you don't have to donate. The $2 donation was for me to work on the project file. Where to put them? Here, send it here, Huang. Hong. I'm probably saying your name wrong. I'm just reading it the way that I'm imagining it's pronounced, but that's probably bad. So I apologize. But yeah, there is the email. Send it there.
Keep coming back to
This is a cool track. I like that switch up there. It could have been a little shorter. Like, if you did that over one count. Like, in this track, I have an example of what I'm talking about. Like, if you just did, like, this. You hear that that synth just filters up over that one count there? That would be, like, a little bit stronger. But actually, hold up. But yeah, so, like, that's really my main critiques. Or those are really my main critiques of that one. I mean, it's a cool track. I like the vocals. The mix is pretty clean. I mean, I would just maybe work on like a few of your sort of small things like that. But overall, you know, you're definitely getting there. Those vocal chops are very catchy. Anyway, I think we have a few more submissions, or like one more. Yeah, we got this one. Awesome, from Hong Hong. I don't know how to say your name. I'm sorry. All right, here we go. Whoa, dude, this has like 2 million plays. 2 million views. And it's on Wave Music. Nice. I like these vocals. Where did you collaborate with the singer directly for this one? You're on another level? Yeah, sounds like it. Yo, this is pretty good, Hong. Hong. Again, sorry, I know I'm saying your name wrong. Going to LA to meet her in the studio. Oh, nice. Do you stream? Yeah, you gotta stream, huh? Ah, nice. Well, this is a cool track. You nailed the flume style reverse kicks. Yeah, cool track. I'll give you a follow. Love you guys. Some awesome songs in the name. Yeah, I've heard of her before. She's like a EDM singer. That's tight. Dude, how'd you link up with her? Super dope. Yeah, this is cool. So it's like a oh nice. Well yeah, that is wow. Well yeah, cool track. I mean, I don't have much to say. Obviously, it was successful. So, nice one there, man. Thanks for sending that through. Alright, no, let's just make that over that one count there. Alright, cool. And then we'll just move this thing back and this. Alright. What do you think of the new drum code releases? I thought they were cool. Or they are cool. Recently, I don't know. Does 2 million plays get you a fan base? I don't know. That's what I'm curious about. When I grow up, I want to be like yeah, I don't know, man. Like, if you get 2 million views, like, are you gonna just like have a via her management? Oh, nice. I like your house. I like your tracks as well. But actually, that one cool idea that I had from that one song that was sent in was to have the little halftime thing in the intro. Imagine if we just did that. Now, obviously, this isn't the finished sound. This is just sort of a thing. So what I did was I took some white noise and I put it in this bandpass filter with the resonance up all the way, and then I did the play by key on the frequency, and so I'm doing like this little halftime thing. And what I'm gonna do here yeah, there we go. No, you should record some guitar. I did actually. This is my guitar. Maybe if I could somehow. Hey, John, could you do a feature house tour instead of Umlaut Pyramids? Yeah, I'll check it out. If you send it to my email, I'll listen to it, and I can try to tell you what's going on. Also, I want to try quantizing this to triplets. Because that would really set the mood for the whole triplet thing that's going on in this track. Yeah, like more like that, you know? I know that's a little weird, but it's so filtered and stretched that I don't think it matters. Hey, yo, thank you for following, Hong, as well. Send something again. Alright, cool. No, it's all good. Alright, that's a little better. Now it kind of like fits the vibe here. Do you have Sounds of Candy Volume 3? I do. I got it from... Yeah. Alright, let's try filtering this a little less. Let's try not automating the filter. Or we can try starting with the filter more open. Yeah, that's the move. Started a week ago. Production started making a techno track. Hold on, what's this called? They obviously caused so much quimming. We don't know how to deal with it. Like, is it possible? Cheers from Glasgow. Any help? Well, just turn the volumes of them down. Like the track volume over here, just turn that down until it's not clipping. No, I'm just kidding. Alright, let's try and get some of those vocal stabs that I had before, because that was the whole reason I went on Splice before. Who's slaying? Pop vocals.
I need you, I need you.
Alright, let's take this. Because I could just do like a... Yeah, we can just do like this. Let's hear what this sounds like.
I need I need you. I need you. I need you.
Or we could do like this. Like it could be like...
I need you. I want you. My heart beats fast. My heart. I want you.
We can do something like that. Where's that I Need You from? I know that song. Really, it's not from a song actually. It's just from this little sample pack I found on Splice with these like different little phrases. Glasgow, Scotland. Yeah. Where is that? Yeah, it's just from this pack that I found on Splice. Or somebody actually found for me on Splice.
I need you. I need you. I want you. I want you. I need you. I want you. I need you. I want you.
Sounds like me. Oh, you're right, it does. Well, this could be where those vocals came from.
I need you.
When you pitch it up, it does have that vibe. You're right. Oh, maybe I should just find a different one. Plus, this one isn't really working in this track the best anyway. All right, let's try to find like one more little vocal stab that I can use, because he's right. These do actually sound very similar to that. Those are probably the ones that that he was using in that track. Let's see though. Let's go to instruments. vocals. And like I said, we'll just find like one little line that we can just repeat over and over. I think that's the vibe with this track because like with this is like what am I gonna do? Find like it'd be hard.
I had to go. I knew it. I had to go.
It'd be hard to write.
Non-stop rock and go.
We're way
It'd be hard to like write something like in triplets. Where you can just download. Yeah, it does cost. They have different.
we're way
plans.
too
Tell us say you wanna what a road boy think.
Let's use that. Perfect. Alright, let's do random again. I'll find one quickly. But we're gonna just like, just take
Right
like a
for
line.
Ru-
Que você
What?
Drop the.
let 'em know, bro.
Alright, I'm gonna download that for later.
It would be stupid.
I'm a beat man.
I don't see.
Drop it low.
Alright, I'm not finding much, but that's cool because we can just get something that I already have. Let's go in here. You know Jackmaster? You from Glasgow, mate? That's like a new meme. Dude, you know what I'm trying to make the meme? I really like that vocal. Where's it from? I'm trying to make that into a meme. I'm trying to make that like the 2018/19 version of I've F with the vision. Let's link and build.
So tell me when it's gonna be. He ain't running back. He ain't running.
No. Darn. Damn, I thought.
What they want?
Ooh, yeah.
We can even just take like that.
Yeah.
Like it just needs to be some kind of catchy thing, you know? Let's try taking that and we'll go G sharp, G, F sharp, F. There we go. Jackmaster. Well, maybe if I find something with some lyrics, then we'll have a name for this track. Although, actually, if I take that and do the same kind of thing, just like pitch it. That is actually kind of cool. No, I'm not joking. Well, I mean, I was joking, like, I wanted that to become a meme. That's, I guess, I'm taking the piss there, as you would say. But I'm serious. I want these to become memes. And I want them to become memes now. Alright, let's just go through some more. I'm having a little bit of trouble finding vocals, but I mean, that's just kind of what happens, you know?
Stuck in a rut, and I can't get out. Standing still.
That sounds like she was coming up with the lyrics while she was singing it. Sounds like she was freestyling, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Trying to frame me, huh?
Ah, nice. Just what I needed. Oh, that's actually a cool sound.
Chuck that.
Say.
It's you.
Dude, where are they at, though? I'm trying to upload some tutorials as well. They always think nonsense software and plugins are all cracked. How do you do it? Well, I don't use cracked software.
Nothing I would.
Say what you want. You make everything alright. Everything alright. Say what you want. You make everything.
Drifting.
Look, I'm sorry, the Carpenter Jones, but for all I know, you could be an op.
Can't erase you, get. Let's go.
I don't wanna be. You make it.
No. Alright, we're gonna keep looking for some stuff, though. Oh, and I have some tracks. Okay, cool. I'll pull these up in a sec. Let's just look through, like, the main page here. Or let's go to the splice sounds, because, yeah, there are some cool vocal packs in here that do have some, like I said, some very usable little vocal things like this. Let's try this one, as well as this one, and we'll do this one. Do you know what an op is? I can point out a few videos, no worries. True, well, I do know what an op is, but I wish you luck. Dennis tutorial would be tutorial one time would be good, reckon. Yeah, that one's coming. Don't worry. We got it going. Alright, phrases.
Don't wanna free you. I just wanna feel. Don't wanna wake up.
No, we don't ever stop.
Yeah, I'll be there for. Don't wanna. And I know I'm falling. But I'm falling just for you. And I know I'm falling.
That one could be cool.
And I know you. Yeah, I know I'm falling. For you. For you.
Don't wanna wake up.
Let's send you the email. There's enough prefacing. Alright, I'm ready.
Don't wanna wake up.
You're the melody in my head
See,
that
like-
I cannot forget. You're the only air I can breathe.
Like, I can take that. You're the melody in my head.
You're the
that part.
melody in my.
Are the car vocals royalty free? They are.
Following away, we'll take on the world.
From what I understand, at least.
Yeah, I'll be there for you when you were all alone. I'll be there for you. Life is in play. We'll take on the world. Following the you, and I know I'm falling. We could be following the waves of you. Don't wanna wait, don't wanna free. Lost the light. I just wanna follow it. I just wanna feel.
Alright, we'll try some different ones. We can just take that.
Day.
Let it pull your body backwards.
Yeah, like these are kind of what I was looking for. Takes a lot of understanding game theory, which is really deep, which I think might be the barrier for me getting my point across. True, I don't really understand game theory. My understanding of all this kind of like mind-blowing stuff is like
Let it pull your body.
the extent of what you can get without really understanding a whole lot of this kind of stuff. Alright, we're going to use this one at this one part here. But yeah, let's try some of these. I'm interested to see what could come out of this. There we go. Alright. So like we can just take that, you know? Alright, let's unwarp it. And what tempo does it say this is? 102. Alright, cool. 102. And then I believe we're going to have to pitch it up, because if this is an A minor, which it sounds very minor, we're going to have to get it into, or if it's an A major, excuse me, it sounds very major. We're going to have to get it to the relative minor of F, because, or relative major of F, because we're in F minor. Oh, whoops, I meant to put that here. That could be cool. Let's put this one in here. And this one I know is definitely going to work because it's just a little... It's just one of those. Game theory is one of the hardest courses offered in my degree study. Alright, cool. I'm gonna hold on to that. Game theory is one of the hardest courses offered in my degree study. At one point, there are too many moving parts. That's kind of interesting to me, though. Like, yeah, that is very interesting. Let's see what is going on here. Because then I'm gonna pull up some submissions in a sec, as well as this. We're getting existential here. If I just take the sweet love. The thing is, I would love to use this. But what's his name? Already has a track called Sweet Lovin'. Wow, I can't think of it right now.
Baby, after all this time, I love to want your attention.
Sigala, that's the one who has the track. That is Trackmaster. Yes, exactly. No.
I will go where I can't go without you. Who are you know? Let me tell you what you need to hear. Baby, after all this time,
Get out of my mother.
I treat every day like it's your birth. Hey, you, I treat every day.
Oh, no. Alright, bam, mind blown. Blown. Let's take some prefacing. I have an econ degree, so some stuff might not make 100% sense. It's important. Game theory is the study of mathematical models of strategic interaction between rational decision makers. It has applications in all fields of social science as well as in logical and computer science. Game theory is a little heady, but basically you make decisions based off your actions and responses, and also people's responses to your actions and vice versa. The definition of rational decision maker in science is a person who makes decisions that put them in the best position possible, aka yields them the best outcome. In economics, this is measured through utility, which we use money to measure utility in the global economy. Okay, so I basically understand that. Like, I've taken a philosophy class before where we kind of talked about this idea of, like, utility is, like, a word that you use to just describe, like, goodness, I guess. The world is just one large scenario of game theory, being played by the most intelligent and influential people in the world. The functioning of the world is based off of a global economy. Every decision is made based on global capitalism. Therefore, you have to use capitalism in order to play such move throughout this whole game. Okay, this is intense. I don't know if I should be reading this out loud because this could get very boring, but I kind of get what's going on here. Like, the idea with game theory is sort of that life is like a game. Yes? Like, it's sort of like, okay, like, life isn't really like what we see on the surface. Like, it's a lot more simple, I guess. I don't know. It's hard to explain. I barely know how to write. And yeah, this guy, he really did that. You did that, Nick. And he wrote 2 Bibles and 3 constitutions. You have to use, okay, I'm going to keep going with this, because it doesn't seem like people are leaving, so it's all good. You have to use human error / desire / interests, etc. in order to influence and steer the game in your direction through actions which function in the capitalist global economy, since everything is based off of the global economy. The only person who knows he / she is the smartest person in the game is coincidentally the smartest person. They recognize this by the result of their actions and the ability to steer the game exactly in the direction they want it to be steered. The kicker is that you have to prioritize all the components of your plan, since you cannot do everything by yourself, at least with our bandwidth limit, as Elon Musk would put it. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Essentially, the bandwidth limit that he's talking about here is like, we can only take in a certain amount of information. Like, there's a limit to what you can do as a human. Like, okay, you have 2 hands, for example, so you can only lift two things at once. You can only lift as many things as you can fit in those 2 hands. You can't just have a third hand. We don't have enough bandwidth to handle what you would carry with a third hand, if that makes any sense. This is interesting. Okay, I'm very uncomfortable. I am so sorry that happened, guys. Wow, that's bad. Okay, well, this is an interesting stream. I'm really sorry, guys. That was awful. I did get got on that one. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't know what to say. I got on that one. But, you know what? It's okay. Should have kept reading. I should have just kept reading. It's okay. Screenshotted. I mean, I guess you got that one for your own thing there if you screenshotted that one. Well, I guess good one, the Carpenter Jones. You got me. I don't know why I opened that. There was no reason I should have opened that. But he really did send it. That being said, you did have to look at a lot of gay porn to compile those images to send to me. So, you are just as scarred as I am now. This track isn't finished yet, but let me know what you think. Alright, let's pull up this one from Mivox. Am I pronouncing that right? I'm probably not. Joke's on him. Yeah, exactly. I mean the theory. Oh, yeah. Well, that theory was very interesting. But sadly, I'm going to have to delete the stream. No, I'm just going to cut that part out. I've heard these vocals before, but they do fit this kind of nicely. Yeah, it's the 91 vocals. This sounds cool. You have like the hard transients down. Well, if Carbon Trans come right on here, mate. Are you man, that guy. Yeah, I probably should, but whatever. What's the vocals? Yeah, they're from that 191 vocals pack. Okay, so this is a pretty fire track. My critique I would give you is your drum sounds are like, your kick is like a little bit too loud, maybe? I would make it a little bit louder and like a bit lower tune as well. Like, find a kick that's still in the key of your track, but like is maybe a bit lower in pitch, like something more similar to this. Like, you hear it's just pitched, it's tuned really low, so it gives you like that nice, like, sort of, like, it's actually a weird psychological thing, which nobody has really said anything about this, but I'm just saying. When you have a kick that's tuned low like this, what happens is your kick is the foundation of your track with house music, right? Because it's just going doom, doom, doom the whole time while somebody is, can you please, yeah, I'll speak about that in a sec, Neil. Don't worry. But the thing is that when you have your kick tuned low like that, what happens is it grounds the track because since everything is bouncing off of that doom, doom, doom. Especially here, like, you need a kick close to the 50 hertz area, like Nick Mendes said, because it's just gonna make the whole track sound a lot more grounded and a lot, just like more, like it really feels like you're hitting the drop, you know. I would also maybe get a little bit of a better hi-hat, like a brighter one with a bit more of a transient. And I would also like maybe make another layer on the lead. Like that could maybe have like a one more layer that would make it really tight. But this is a cool track. $50 to $60 is the sweet spot, yeah. Now, the thing is, though, okay, so basically what I mean by tuning the kick, Neil, is just basically when you have a track, you know, like, all music is in a musical key. Like, if you listen to all of this, and I'll pull up a piano really quick so you can hear it. There's basically a note and specifically a chord that's going to work with every single note in your key. That's like a pretty basic way of explaining it. But the thing about that, Ricky's fighting Connor. But the what it's called? The thing about that is that, yeah, like all of your sounds can kind of be tuned to that key. Now, you don't want to tune everything. Like you don't want to tune your hi-hats and your clap, but like your snare, your kick, like anything like that that has kind of a tone to it. Like if I play these, I'm playing an F sharp, an F minor. That's the key this is in. And it works with everything. So that's what I'm talking about here. You can just tune your key to that root kick, or to that root note. In this case, for example, I tuned it to E, or I tuned it to F. This kick was in E. And so I just took it and pitched it up one. And yeah, alright, let's pull up some more tracks. Hopefully we have some more. Alright, cool, we got this one. So, submission, another one, XD. Okay, last one. Dude, it's all good. Send as many as you want. 4 a.m. Nordlied. Dude, that's like my lifestyle. 4 a.m. Nordlied Jam. I'm gonna change my Instagram bio to that. Get a second monitor for VV things before you put them on stream. Probably a good idea. Sometimes you just can't avoid getting booked, you know? Yeah, this is actually kind of fire. Yeah, no problem, Eva. You have a cool name. I can definitely see that being on selected. Yeah, this is cool, Kamar. Reminds me of Daft Punk, but also that it's like a very catchy line. Yeah, this is fire. Actually not sure about my name. Yeah, of course. Cool one. Keep it now. Yeah, this is tight. I mean, obviously, it says it's just a random you jamming with this thing, so it's probably just that. But I mean, yeah, cool track. Well, guys, hold on, let me save this. I want to listen to these vocals again real quick. actually very tight. I'm gonna say here's all the game. Yeah, I know. Well, the thing is, I opened the first one and it didn't have that, but then the second one did. So I don't know. Involuntary impulse, it did. I mean, I'm trying not to talk about it too much because really, it's like, what do I care? Does it matter at all that you gucked me? No, it does not. Not you, but like the person who did. But it's like, who cares? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, the one thing I will say is when people try to do that, like, I don't know what you really expect. Like, the people who are watching this are watching it because they want to see me. Like, they're here for me in some capacity. Like, maybe some people are here just to get their tracks listened to, whatever, but, like, you're not going to, like, get everybody to just, like, stop watching. You know what I mean? It's weird. That theory is cool. That theory was cool. I'm going to finish reading that, and then we're going to go through the rest of this stream. Okay, so basically we were talking about the game theory. So game theory is like functioning in the world is based off a global economy. Every decision is based on global capitalism. I cannot talk. Wait for a second, yeah. Alright, so I'm actually kind of interested in this. So you have to use human error / desire / interest in order to influence and steer the game in your direction. Through actions which function in the capitalist global economy, since everything is based off of the global economy. The only person who knows he / she is the smartest in the game is coincidentally the smartest person. They recognize this by the result of their actions and the ability to steer the game exactly in the direction they want it to be steered. The kicker is that you have to prioritize all. Okay, so I already read this. You have to prioritize all the components of your plan since you can't do everything by yourself, at least with our bandwidth limit, as Elon Musk would put it. Therefore, you need the other smart people who are playing the game with you, since you can push other priorities onto them without them knowing. So if you were Elon Musk and thought that global warming was more important than developing a social network to link everyone throughout the world, which is necessary for influencing the world, you would play the game in a way that someone like Mark Zuckerberg could develop a social network. Meanwhile, you worked on something else of higher priority. These other smart people just become ingredients of your plan, since you cannot rely on the average person to make large breakthroughs necessary for your endgame. One person's ideas can change the world, but a singular individual cannot change the world. It takes the collective effort of all individuals to change the world. So you use technology like social media to connect enough people necessary to change the world. Yo, this is tripping me out because I'm thinking about this channel, because it's like, that's kind of what this YouTube channel is, right? Like in this example, the social network, like, okay, if I'm Mark Zuckerberg in this example, the social network would be my YouTube channel. And then my music would be like the thing that I really want all of you to look at. So that's another way to look at it. Interesting. One person's ideas can change the world, but a single individual cannot change the world. It takes the collective effort of all individuals to change the world. So you can use technology like social media to connect enough people necessary to change the world. Now you need to influence the world through the global economy and human nature in a way such that the average person is also playing along in the direction of your agenda to a point where they do not realize that they are being manipulated in a sense. So you guys watching the stream? No, I'm just kidding. Use social engineering and capitalism to keep the world moving towards your end goal. You have to use the framework of society to play toward your agenda. For example, learning / recognizing mechanisms in order to influence them in your favor to pursue your agenda, all while hoping you are the smartest person in the game and not just another. Oh, I see. This is interesting. I've seen the theory saying AI will be a super brain connected. That could be. But I mean, I don't know. Like, the thing about a higher level of consciousness is it's like, what really is a higher level of consciousness? Like, we never know how far that can go. Because, like, okay, for example, like, if you think your consciousness is just, like, what we're seeing, and then you take, like, mushrooms, or you take, like, DMT or something like that, that, like, opens up your mind and, like, you know, or like LSD where it like makes your brain start working at a higher capacity, like you're using more of your brain, is like, then that's the highest level of consciousness. So it's like, what really is a higher level of consciousness? Like, there's no way for us to determine that at all, other than if we could somehow determine a way that would expand our consciousness, again, like the drugs that I use as a reference, or like AI or something like that, then I guess we would have some sort of higher level of consciousness. But really, a higher level of consciousness is only talk until we prove it. Like, I'm doing lucid dreaming. I guess that could be another way to, like, yeah, like, raise your level of consciousness. I mean, I'm just using drugs as an example because that's just a very clear way to describe it. But, like, highest level equals infinite bandwidth. That is true. But, like, at the same time, bandwidth is at once infinite and also not infinite, because it's infinite because we don't know the reach of where it can go, but it's also not infinite because it's finite. We know how far it can go right now. And every second that's changing, but right at this second, we know how far. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a weird thing to get into because of that. Elon Musk's fatalistic ideology stems from doubt. Doubt that his own ability to move the game in his favor is not strong enough to change the world in his finite amount of time, whether it be his length of time living or the time that we as a collective cause our own end. If he can extend time in some fashion, he has a better chance of achieving his goal. I believe Elon Musk has a larger agenda than just a world of renewable energy. He uses his companies in a way that steer the world toward his agenda. A lot of boring such technical economic components show that he has strong support from the massive, example, price-earning ratios, but it might not be happening fast enough for us to survive our end as humans. Linking everyone and exponentiating our power with Neuralink can speed up this process, hopefully fast enough for him to continue pursuing his end goal. Well, that was interesting. That was very interesting. Infinite is unachievable. Yeah, exactly. It's continuous. So I guess in some ways we're already achieving it by that thing. Yo, Julian, can I send my project in? Alright, I'll send $2. Think about quantum mechanics. See, this is a problem with me understanding this stuff. Is like I don't know like quantum mechanics or physics. I mean, I know physics doesn't have anything to do with this, but like just all of these kind of things that a lot of people who do know this stuff know. I have no idea. But I mean, I understand it. Like, it's very interesting. Yeah. I mean, I sensed that a little bit too. Like when I was watching that interview with Elon Musk, I was feeling like you could tell like he's almost kind of like upset, I think, because he knows that in the future everything that he's working so hard to do right now will just be basic. Like what I was saying before with the electric car. Like right now, an electric car is a luxury. Like only people who are very rich have Teslas. But or not very rich, but like very rich in comparison. Like I couldn't just go buy a Tesla for like my first car, right? It's like right now that is mind blowing to us. But 100 years from now, that will just be simple. And on top of that, we'll have even crazier things that are like mind blowing levels. So I think what the issue for Elon Musk is he's very, very aware of this. And he might even know like what some of the next steps are. And he's upset because he's stuck in this time, which to him, he's already living way past this time. Like he's already living in the future in his mind. I think he wants to be immortal. Exactly. I think he wants to be immortal because he's trying to figure out, like, he wants to be, like I said, he wants to be able to live in that time that's like the future that he's trying to create. Hard to explain. He doesn't think of our mentality. Human civilization is blink of the eye compared to. That's another thing I think that he's like at least somewhat aware of. But hey, Stickman, also about sending in the project file. I was actually about to end the stream. But if you come through on Saturday, I'll do that. I'm gonna be doing the same thing on all of the streams now, so it's all good. You can download your consciousness, he can continue to pursue his agenda. Yeah, I mean, well, that's the thing. Downloading consciousness or uploading consciousness seems like it is the way forward, because that's the only way that we would be able to theoretically be able to be infinite. There's no way that the human body, like our skin, our organs, our skin is an organ, I guess, but like all these different things, there's no way that can last forever. But obviously, our consciousness is infinite. Our consciousness lasts essentially until the second that we die. So, if you could somehow upload that to like some kind of database, like some kind of computer or something, but like by the same token, that might be kind of a problem too, because what if we find out that like somehow our consciousness can only live for a certain amount of time as well? Like, obviously, you're still conscious until you die, but who's to say, like, if our physical body died and we somehow preserved our consciousness, the consciousness isn't finite as well. If you download your brain doesn't mean your consciousness. That's the thing, true. But I mean, this whole thing would be predicated on the idea that we would figure out how to upload our consciousness. Like, humans can do anything we want. The reason why we can drive right now, for example, is like because we wanted to be able to drive a car, so we made a car. If we want to be able to upload our consciousness, we're going to be able to do it at some point. He's trying to outrun the end, yeah. We can only do it if we all play along. yeah, I mean, that's the other thing, too, is, like, I'm speaking about this in a way where, like, to me, being aware of this is the end of it, right? Oh, okay, why did I pull that one up? I'm gonna have to stop doing submissions, I guess. Because somebody just thinks that it's too funny for me to open up that for, like, 1 second. But anyway, yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is that, like, for me, like, I'm not trying to outrun the end. I just want to be aware of the idea that, like, all this stuff is going to happen at some point. But for Elon Musk, his goal is literally to just move forward and keep people, I'm actually going to play this track, Chimera. But, like, his goal is literally to get people to care about the future and to try to do everything they can to move it forward or to move closer to it, because he needs to, whatever it's called. Yeah, he needs people to want the future, or else we're not gonna get it. Like, if everybody bought a Tesla, like, obviously this is completely impossible because they're preventively expensive and this wouldn't happen. But if every single person in the world bought a Tesla, we would get closer to the future. So, like, that's kind of the mentality I think that he's trying to have, because the only way for him to outrun the future is, like you were saying, like, for him to get everyone to do it. Wow, this really got derailed. But yeah, I think you're right. He kind of knows that it's not possible, bro. Ban him. I want to ban this guy, but the problem is he keeps coming up with new emails. Like, if you look, it's all from different ones. So, I mean, honestly, I'm honored. If you want to keep coming up with new emails to send me pictures of gay porn, go for it, dude. That's great. I'm glad you have such a productive way to spend all your time. The game global economy is limiting him. Can't play the game fast enough. Yeah, I mean, well, that's the thing too. Is, like, maybe he'll come to a point where he just figures out how to forgo the global economy. Because exactly, like, you need other people to make a change. Maybe Elon Musk will get to a point where he says, okay, maybe I can't make whatever it's called. Maybe I can't make change, like a global change, or maybe I can't make a change approaching it from this globalist perspective. Maybe I have to figure out a way, the only way that I could possibly make a change on my own, which I don't know what it would be. I personally have no idea how he would do that, but maybe he'll figure that out. IP ban. Yeah, maybe I can do that. You're right. I don't know how to IP ban people. Altered Carbon on Netflix. I heard about that. I was meaning to watch it. All right, Camara. Hey, baby, let's play this track. Neuralink is needed device. Needs everyone exponential. I see what you're saying. That's smart, yeah. But then at the same time, dude, by that logic, Neuralink is kind of just like a random experiment, because it's like, we don't know what's gonna happen. Like, what happens? Like, okay, this is completely like a fantasy, like, Marvel movie idea, but like, what happens if, I told you it is a mind-blowing idea, but it's like, if you make Neuralink, right, and then everybody just connects their consciousness, what happens if that, like, just all the consciousness comes together? And you know what I'm saying? Like, what if that has some kind of freak accident? Like, bad things could happen. Oh, you don't need to play it? You can play it next time? True, I'll just do that, because, like, this is the end of the stream, and that way, if I play it at the beginning of next stream, then I will get more. Like, I'll probably say a lot more, to be honest with you. But yeah, that is crazy. But, like, some kind of freak accident could happen with Neuralink as well. Like I said, like, I got Sam Harris on Free Will. Best Joe Rogan. I actually will listen to that. I'm about to go on a bike ride after this, so I'll listen while I'm biking. And you ending in an airplane. Yeah. But, like, best stream ever. Thank you, Tristan. Well, we're just talking about consciousness. I actually, if you guys want to talk about this stuff more regularly, I would love to. Like, I could just start streaming with, I'm just trying to navigate the game my best ability. Me too. But like, I could just start streaming while I'm talking about this. Like, yeah, so, okay, never mind. I cannot do that. Neuralink with an O. It's just a new drum and bass production network on track network on YouTube. Yes. Well, I think we found a winner. But like yeah, like dude, honestly, I would Sci-Fi Sunday. Oh, that would be cool. Maybe if I like play Fortnite while talking about this stuff. Is this a real stream or is this an Inception? Dude, that's the thing, Kimura. Like, there's a chance that this stream isn't really happening right now. Like, there's a chance this is all in your mind, and you're just literally your brain is creating this in your mind right now because it wants you to like realize this stuff. Get a Discord chat. I had one, but like nobody came in. That would be lit. Here, I'm gonna send my Discord link in the chat right now, and all you guys can go in here and add it. And I will actually have a long conversation about this stuff with you guys afterwards because I'm very fascinated by this as well. Okay, invite people, copy. Here we go. Is this stream is different? It could be. All right, there we go. Get a voice chat. That would be amazing. All right, there you go. There is the Discord. What's Neuralink? No, Neuralink, it's this new thing that Elon Musk was talking about. But yeah, there's no way to really know that some kind of freak accident won't happen when we do this. Like, I mean, I guess that is what the years of development that Elon Musk would presumably be doing for these kinds of things. But like, yeah, we don't know like any of this stuff. That's what's crazy about it. It's like, okay, for example, you don't know if you've never ever seen fire before. You don't know you're gonna burn your hand until you touch the fire, right? Well, it's kind of the same thing here. Your name is not Julian, rather man. Yeah, exactly. All right, well, guys. Anyway, I think I'm gonna go. This has been a very interesting stream. We've had a lot of different things going on here. But yeah, thank you to everybody who watched. You guys are amazing. This was a great stream. If everyone's on the same page due to Neuralink, since we all be connected, and we all be looking to. That's true, but just because we're all looking to achieve the same goal doesn't mean we're gonna. I mean, I guess yeah, it's like you're saying efficiency maximized, but I'm saying there are unknown variables. Like there are unknowns involved. There are things that are gonna happen that we don't know are gonna happen just because we don't know. We've never done it before. You know, it's like I said. If you've never seen fire and you touch fire, you're going to be wondering why it burned you. So, I'm going to leave on that note. But thank you everybody who watched the stream. You guys are amazing. I love you all.